Hi. Everybody wants to be a star, but not many people realize what sort of burden may come along with popularity. You'll be surprised to know that often celebrities are very unhappy in their personal lives, and the fact that their kids are forced to live in the shadow of their parents' glory doesn't do them any good. They become bitter and angry, they start drinking and doing drugs in the most antisocial manner, and the paparazzi only make it worse for those poor kids. Alright, so it's 10 celebrities' troubled kids. Tallulah Willis had it rough. People always compare Tallulah to her mega-stellar parents, and as you probably can imagine, it's not at all easy to deal with that kind of attention and such great expectations. Tallulah got into rehab at the age of 18, where she had to undergo the drug dependence treatment. She openly admitted that she hates her own reflection and that she can't stand looking in the mirror. She was caught drink driving several times. It was only when Tallulah's parents told her that she's not gonna get $300 million she agreed that she wasn't acting reasonably, and so now she's studying arts. Whitney Houston's daughter, Christina, had a tragic life. Like her mother, Christina was taking drugs for quite a long time. She was often drink driving and many times found herself in the middle of sex scandals. So one time she fell into a drug-induced coma, after which she died. She was buried not long ago, and that's really sad because like her mother, she was a very promising singer. Robert Downey Jr.'s son, Indio, is another troubled celebrity kid. Just like his father in the past, Indio had drug addiction problems, which led to him ending up at the hospital. Obviously, Robert is very much concerned about his son because he himself knows what it was like, and he definitely doesn't want his son to make the same mistakes he did. Nicolas Cage's son, Weston, has a long story of interacting with police. He was accused of domestic violence several times and is known for his terrible drug addiction. At some point, the situation turned so bad that Nicolas had to put his own son into rehab. One of the most popular actors of our time, Jackie Chan, has 2 children, and both kids seems to be a little lost. Jackie's older kid, JC Chan, was arrested for drug possession. After the incidents hit the news, Jackie had to publicly apologize for his son's behavior, and his younger daughter is known for her suicidal tendencies. Luckily, both of Jackie's children seems to be doing just fine nowadays. Somehow, Michael Douglas's son Cameron became a severe drug addict. By the age of 20, Cameron tried almost all of the A-class drugs. He was arrested for selling meth and was accused of other drug-related crimes he had committed. During the trial, Michael Douglas openly claimed that he's ashamed of the path that his son had chosen. Cher's daughter is no longer her daughter. She's her son, and his name's Chaz. Once a lovely little girl, she decided to change her sex and name and become Chaz instead. So Cher couldn't understand what made her daughter undergo the transition. They didn't talk for quite a while, but soon Cher finally accepted her son for who he is. The Queen of Pop, Madonna, and her husband, director Guy Ritchie, have a son named Rocco. So perhaps Rocco's mom is a little bit overly protective and maybe too caring, because the young man couldn't stand his own mom and decided to move to London. When Rocco got free, he started skipping school, drinking alcohol, and smoking weed. It's one hell of a breakthrough for a guy, because not long before he decided he's gonna live his own life the way he wants to, he couldn't even watch TV. His whole diet was prepared and thought through by nutritionists. Rocco couldn't even grab a burger, so no wonder he's Breaking Bad. Rumor has it that David and Victoria's son Brooklyn is in fact a bad boy. Many times Brooklyn had put his parents in an awkward position. There was one time when David bought his son a marvelous and a very expensive car. So when Brooklyn decided to hit the town in his new shiny vehicle, he managed to get himself in a lot of trouble. He received 4 tickets. A couple of years ago, Brooklyn got kicked out of AFC Arsenal because he was skipping training. So the guy's definitely under a bad influence. By the way, he spends a lot of time with his friend Rocco Ritchie, who recently suggested that Brooklyn should dump Chloe Moritz, who by the way happens to be a very lovely girl. It looks like Angelina Jolie and Brad Pitt's elder son Maddox turned out to be a pretty ignorant guy. Maddox doesn't hesitate yelling at his parents. He's being utterly rude, and frankly, the outcomes of his outrageous behavior aren't pretty. Like last September when the family was coming back from France, it got to the point that Maddox pissed off his dad. Brad started screaming at the little bastard, which actually scared his other children. So initially the outcome came as divorce. Angie decided she's gonna take care of all her children alone. Police investigation couldn't find any evidence of abuse, but Maddox had mentioned a few times that he was gonna post some rather provocative videos online. Whether or not it's true, perhaps we'll see in the future. And that's all for now. I hope you guys enjoyed watching this episode. If you did, hit the like button, subscribe, and we'll see you next time.